I'm okay.
To jail. This is not another one of those disappointing cases where these weenies get arrested, but it's just like this foreplay that ends with a slap on the wrist and no real repercussions. They have been sentenced. He will be seeing the inside of a jail cell, going to the Slammer, the Thunderdome, baby.
I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
We are entering the golden age of pranks where all these turbo dork ass losers are finally getting consequences for these pranks, which pranking has basically just become synonymous with terrorism. They're not pranks. They just actively harm as many people around them as possible, just being a detriment to the entire world. This miasma of fucking cringe. A plague sweeping through due to a terminal clout obsession. This is an update to someone I covered like 6 or 7 months ago. His name is Wolfie. His whole online presence was dedicated to harassing strangers, throwing things at strangers at a mall, including like a dead bird and shit. But the one that got him arrested and will now be landing him in jail is where he attempted to poison people for a prank.
Social media influencer accused of spraying bug killer on food at a Valley Walmart, then posting the video and committing the crime online, was just sentenced to 1 year in prison. 28-year-old Charles Smith said in court that it was all supposed to be a prank, but the judge didn't see it that way.
There is no sane human being on the planet that would see bio.
Uh-oh. I'm bored, man. I'm bored. I have nothing to do in life. I have nothing to do. Ooh.
Magical warfare like this as a prank, just some kind of goof, all just a practical joke, Your Honor. You just don't understand. It's lunacy. He poisoned so much food that actually could have just killed people.
Well, no. I'll win. I'll win. I'll win.
And then he tried to like make it right after a lot of people contacted authorities, so he did go back and try and get the food off the shelves and like get it away from people. But it took a little bit. The food could have easily been purchased by someone in that time, and he still contaminated other surrounding items, including the bins that they were in. So if any other food would ever go in there, or if like a kid would go by and touch it, they would then be subjected to a potential contamination from the poison that he was spraying on all of it. It is unhinged.
Of course.
And as was mentioned in the broadcast there, he has been sentenced to 1 year in prison. I think it's a little lenient, considering this is just a career criminal that just happens to film all of their crimes for money online, generating some online updoots from absolute fucking cretins that find this content entertaining. I think he got off really easy, all things considered here, but I still think this is cause for celebration, so get the nipple.
I'm not a good boy. Oh shit, hello. Hello. Oh. Okay, no. I'm good. Not sorry. I'm so good.
A deadly drive-through robot. An out-of-control AI.
Oh, where am I? Anyway. Okay, so I'll be back in like 10 minutes. No, 1 minute. Yeah, I'll be back. I will be back in 1 minute. What? What? Okay, hold on. God. I. That's not how I got banned. I got banned for no reason. Artificial. Wait. Oh, my God. Non-alcohol. Alcohol. Alcohol. Woo. Alcohol. Woo.
Clamps and tap dancing shoes on because we've got a little something to be joyful about, that he will be going to jail.
I'd just like to formally apologize for my actions from last year and that I've become a better person.
Charles Smith, also known as Wolfie Party on social media, saying in court he is sorry for this video. Taken in December at West Mesa Walmart, where police stole a can of bug killer and recorded himself spraying it all over fruits, vegetables, and rotisserie chickens.
Buddy is singing here. Anything to reduce the time he'll spend behind bars, so he's trying to issue an apology here. He drops the classic line, the most meaningless platitude you've heard a million times before, about how he's become a better person now than who he was a year ago when he was poisoning all that food. That he was harassing strangers and potentially hurting strangers for his pranks and all the crimes he committed. He's grown a lot. He actually bought a V-Bucks gift card and gave it to an orphanage.
What?
So he has gone through quite the character arc, from poisoning people, trying to pile up corpses for his prank online, to being the saint we see before us now.
This crime was absolutely outrageous and exceedingly dangerous.
Which is why he was arrested, charged, and ultimately pleaded guilty to poisoning. But that wasn't the only charge Smith was facing in court. Smith is known for these kinds of videos on social media. Others include what appears to be him blocking people inside a Goodwill, throwing food at people at the mall, and even throwing a dead bird at fast food workers.
What?
Facing charges Others include what appears to be him blocking people inside a Goodwill, throwing
10 out of 10. You Goodwill. What?
food at people at the mall, and even throwing a
Thank
dead
you.
bird
What?
at fast food
What?
workers. He was facing charges related to theft at a Mesa Bosa Donuts and for causing more than $10,000 of damage at a Valley laundromat.
You can't judge a man by his entire life and obsession with internet attention so he can make money off of crimes that he commits. You instead have to judge him by his one-sentence apology and claim that he's changed. That is clearly a changed man. He said so.
We believe we found that video on his Instagram that appears to show him put raw meats and eggs into an unsuspecting customer's laundry machine with their clothes.
These videos are pranks.
These so-called pranks, posted online, also made Smith up to $10,000 a month, according to arrest documents.
And that right there is the tough pill to swallow, the sad reality of it. The reason a lot of pathetic worms like this guy exist and do this shit is because it is incredibly lucrative. They're able to fill their piggy banks because there are tons of brainless drones that watch that content for some reason. All because it's just bad. Like, whoa, you can't put bacon in a laundry machine, a washing machine with eggs. Who's ever heard of that? This guy's unhinged. What a menace. This guy's a menace. Holy shit, I can't wait to see the next one. What's he gonna do next? And they are able to really soak up a ton of clams from that shit. So, that's why so many of these pranksters exist. $10,000 a month is a huge chunk of change. That puts him up there with like a doctor's salary from putting eggs and bacon in washing machines and then going to fast food workers and like ruining their shift, throwing things at people at the mall, poisoning people. Like, that is why there are so many of these destructive losers, because they're able to make a lot of money.
Can you eat our hand? Oh no. Set what hand? No.
Off it. It's crazy how
Too sweet.
normalized it's become. I have no doubt that Wolfie there really is so deluded that he thought those could be perceived as pranks. Like, that would be a legitimate defense. This is actually protected under fair use. It's a parody. These are parody pranks. They're pranks. They're pranks. You can't be. Why are you getting mad about pranks? It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm poisoning people, but it's a joke. Like, yeah, I'm like throwing things at people and like actively putting people in harm's way and harassing them, but I'm doing it because it's a joke. Why are you getting so mad? It's a prank.
You're going to go out into the community and you're going to harm others, film them, put it online, and then profit off of it. That warrants punishment.
Smith's attorney told the judge that his client has taken responsibility for his actions and understands these aren't pranks.
What he did was not funny, and that's not how he should behave. He wants to turn a new leaf. He wants to get off this social media thing.
Objection. I know I'm not there in court arguing here, but your client just said that they are pranks. He himself just said they are pranks. And now the statement is coming out that he knows they're not pranks. Who's lying here? Someone's getting caught in a web of fibs. Those two statements can't both exist at the same time. There is something fishy afoot here. To be fair, though, that statement does come from the reporter, not the one representing him, so maybe he didn't say that he knows.
Yeah, we are sure.
They're not pranks, because that would be very contradictory if that is what he said, because his client just said the exact opposite. Then he goes on to say how he understands that they're not like humorous or anything, and he wants to turn a new leaf. Okay, great. Go to jail, spend some time in jail, come out of jail, and not be that same fucking loser that went in there in the first place. That sounds great. I think it should be longer than a year because, again, he has made an entire career out of committing crimes for money and filmed all of it. A year sounds like they were really light on him, especially considering how dangerous some of them were, especially the poisoning one.
Then Smith talked about why he makes these kinds of videos.
Social media has definitely took over my brain and made me do things
Yep.
that is abnormal.
That was dangerously close to an honest statement right there. Social media definitely did take over his brain. It does that for a lot of people. It puts a fucking, parasite in there that's pulling all the levers in your neurons, and it makes it very enticing to do what Wolfie
Me too.
did, because it's very easy to make money
Me
doing
too.
it. However, it didn't force him to. He made the decision to do this and keep doing it, committing these crimes over and over and over again, treating people as subhuman props for his videos that he could exploit and harass and put in danger. Social media didn't make him do that. He made that choice. But yes, he is right. It did make it very appealing because of the money he stood to make doing it. Because there are tons of people before him that have done this very similar stuff and made tons of money without going to jail. It seems like we're finally entering an era where there is going to be a crackdown on this kind of behavior, and that is such a good thing. That is a great direction. I hope we can keep going in that direction.
The judge sentenced Smith to 1 year in prison, followed by 3 years supervised probation. She also said for those stores that were damaged, they can ask for restitution.
Do not return to any Walmart. Don't return to any Bosa Donuts.
Anyway, though, I just wanted to give you this little update here to this prankster. That's really about it. So, yeah.
The only thing we see now is your computer guy.
You don't have complete. You all mother. तेरी बैन की to allow.
Oh.
Do you know who
Oh.
mother?
This is Tanvir. He's a fake Apple tech support scammer, and before he had this meltdown, he assured me that he's a cybersecurity professional.
Hello,
Yes, sir. I'm working for the technical team.
Hello,
He decided to put his skills to the test. We hacked his computer and used that access to give him a series of phony computer issues that he would have to fix. We're gonna run this fake virus on his computer. And if he clicks it, it means he's dumb. If he doesn't, he knows what's up.
I clicked it, you clicked it.
Spoiler, it ends with us uploading a virus to his computer that crashes his entire system.
Alright,
Yeah.
it's time to move to the nuke.
Let's see how this professional holds up.
Thank you for calling support. How may I help you?
Hi, I just got a note. It looks as if you guys did an Apple transaction on my account. Is this Apple Care?
Yes, ma'am. This side Apple support. How may I help you today?
Yeah, I want to get this canceled. Are you guys sent me a note. Is this coming out of my account?
How much is the charge?
$272.80.
All right. And as per you, like this charge does not belong to you.
No, it doesn't belong to me.
And do you use iPhone?
I don't.
You're an Android, right?
No, I have a computer, but I don't have one of those. I guess it's called smartphone.
Okay. We will have to like do some troubleshooting steps in order to like cancel this transaction. So can you please like turn on your laptop or a desktop? Let me like guide you to cancel this charge.
Yeah, I can do that. You need my desktop on?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at Chrome.
Type in there G as in George,
Okay, G as in George.
B as in boy,
B as in boy.
dot health. Now click on search.
Over the
We are sorry. How Thank you.
The past few months, we've really revamped how we've gained access to scammers' computers. And that's thanks in part to Knight, the newest member of our team. Now, what we would do in the past was I would be gaining access to a scammer system or hacking them, but also having to keep them busy on the phone at the same time. But now what we're able to do is kind of split things up, and I can talk with the scammers, and then Knight works through the virtual infrastructure to get on these scammers' computers. However, on this call, I had to get up to go record something for a video, so I had Knight take over the scam bait. Unfortunately for us, the scammer was too stupid to notice what was going on. Will you talk to him and just like try to talk like this?
Yeah.
Okay, just do the bait from like away. Okay?
Yeah,
Just-
I'll just stay over here.
yeah. Hey guys, Knight's gonna run the call really fast. I have to go record something and I'll be right back. So you're not gonna see anything on the screen, but Knight's gonna run
What
the
do you
scam
see
bait.
now?
So
I just see
dbbcare.health.
Yes, sir. Search it. Search it and let me know.
How do you search it?
the scammer's gonna try to have Knight download remote software, and that really just allows him to connect to our system and then manipulate our computer as a part of his scam.
What did you put like in the browser? Can you spell it out?
Yeah. GBP.
Try to remove it and try to like enter it again. G as in George, Henry, Edward, Lima, Pussy.
What was the last one again?
The last one would be like Peter.
Like Peter. Okay.
Scammers watch these videos all the time, so we're not going to tell you all the details of what happens, but essentially the scammer connects to our system, and that opens them up for us to reverse the connection to their computer, load a little virus, and then have permanent access to their system. So let's skip forward to when I've come back into the stream room from recording, and we'll see if the scammer has figured out that we switched back.
What do you see now? Click on run.
Okay. Is that the blue one or the black one?
Is it the blue one or the black one?
A blue one, sir, where you see run, click on it.
Okay, I did that.
Now what it says?
It says proceed with a code.
Good job, by the way.
You know, the crazy thing about all of this is anytime someone connects to somebody's computer, they could just hack it. That's what I get nervous about.
Not an issue, sir. Just check. Just
Are
check
you
the
a
transactions of
are
your
you a
account.
security professional?
Yes, sir. I'm working for the like technical team.
Okay, so you're
So
not
do
just a
one thing.
consultant. You're not just a consultant. You're like you're experienced. You're not just a consultant.
Yes, sir. I'm experienced and I know like how to put the security.
Okay, so you don't
So
you would never get hacked.
Yes. So do one thing, sir. Just simply check the statement of your account. Just check the transactions of yours and let me know.
All right, just give me a second.
So now that we've gotten access to this guy's computer, I
Whoa!
don't really have any reason to be on the phone with the guy anymore. I'm straight up just gonna tell him he's been hacked.
Yeah, I will gonna guide you. First of all, just check the like last 5 transactions of your bank and let me know if you find any like unauthorized transaction in there.
The only thing we see now is your computer guy.
Do you hear about Run Diva?
I'm sorry.
You don't have complaint. You all mother. तेरी बहन की चूत अल्लाह Akbar. Are you trying to make me fool, mother? Do you know who I am?
I'm sorry. I'm just a time waster. My bad, man. I'm just a time.
I just logged out. I'm just making fun of you. You asshole.
Okay,
I
I'm a
just knew
time
it
waster,
from
and
the
I'm
beginning.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a time waster. Okay, please forgive me.
I'm from Pakistan. Come catch
No,
me.
you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm a
Just knew
time
it
waster,
from
and
the
I'm
beginning.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just a time waster. Okay, please forgive me.
I'm from Pakistan. Come catch
No,
me.
you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're definitely from West Bengal. You're definitely from West Bengal. That was kind of a fun like tag team there. Knight and myself. He didn't even remember our voice. I'm going to show you what we did to the scammer, but first I want to give a big shout out to NordVPN for working with me for all of these years. And with the access that we have, we're able to get a little bit of information on this guy. First off, when he's scamming people, he goes by the name of Joseph, but his real name is Tanvir. Secondly, he's definitely not in Pakistan like he said. He's in an apartment complex in Kolkata, West Bengal, India. So after getting this info, the team and I got together to figure out what we're going to do with this guy.
One of the things that he says during the call, are you a computer expert? Yeah, you ask him, you're like, are you a computer expert? Because I'm worried about getting hacked. And the scammer's like, yes, sir, I am a computer expert. I know all about computers. So it would be funny to do things to his PC. Like super easy stuff to fix. But if he's actually not a computer expert, he wouldn't be able to.
We test the scammer's computers.
Essentially, yeah, but like in a troll way.
So we came up with a series of tests. The first one was to pull up CCleaner on the scammer's computer and run these annoying notifications. This one should be pretty easy, although you can't get out of it simply by clicking the X button. You actually have to go into the task manager and remove the process. You couldn't do that.
All right, we're gonna load the CCleaner now and see if he's up. Okay, he's passing.
Like he's just hovering over the head. What? Minimize. There you go. Minimize. That doesn't make any sense. Poor guy.
Our second test was to trigger an AnyDesk pop-up on the scammer screen. All he had to do was in the process and uninstall the app. He instead just accepted our request and allowed us on his computer another avenue to do whatever we wanted to do.
There's the 10 beer buy.
He accepted. Literally accepted my AnyDesk request. Where is this whenever we're on a call? Oh yeah, he let me have his files. He let me have everything. Let me have the full thing.
So now this guy's 0 for 2, and we're going to give him a little bit more complicated problem to solve. We're going to load a notification on his screen with a sketchy virus scan and see if he wants to click it. Now if he does click it, he's going to get this.
This guy that's scamming somebody currently, you can hear it in the background. He's trying to get a little payday before the end of the week, so we're gonna run this fake virus on his computer and see if he can pass the test while he's scamming someone, if he's gonna click on this or not.
If he clicks it, that means he's dumb.
And if he clicks it, it means he's dumb. If he doesn't,
He knows what's up.
he knows what's up.
Just click it. You're so close. Click either the button or click the notification. And then you click it. Yeah, he did. Wait.
So during this, we decided to drop our final test. Although it's less of a test and more of a nuke. Essentially, we are running a program that overwhelms his entire system by overloading the RAM. Here's Knight from the day before explaining how it all works.
Pretty much, Knight, you're gonna show on the screen what we're about to do to Tanvir's computer.
Yep. The part of it that's gonna be the destruction.
Yeah.
This is basically what's gonna be inside his memory. Is Tanvir is a loser, followed by a lot of random jargon. There's gonna be no box, of course, but as you see here, it's eating a little bit of memory, eating a little RAM.
And also to like, just to translate that for some of you guys, why this is important, because this memory or RAM is vital to, let's just say, the workability or usability of a computer. If it gets used up by a bunch of applications and programs or running processes, then you just can't use it. So when he's spiking this, it's making it so he can't load any programs, he can't do anything, he can't scam people. Yeah.
And as soon as you go open Chrome or something, nothing works anymore. And the best part is he's still going to see his screen until it inevitably collapses.
So now, let's get back to the present.
Alright, it's time to move to the nuke.
You want to nuke?
Yeah,
Nuke
let's nuke it.
Nuke it.
Let's go. Look at his memory. Look at his memory. It's going out. It's going out. Oh no. Look. Oh right. Yeah. Took a
Your
video.
internet is not private. That is true.
Should have used Nord. Should have used Nord.
Hey, listen. We need this to stay here, okay? So just click
This is. Look at Teams. It's taking so long to load. Look. It's not even started. Look. It's not even opening Teams anymore. Out of memory.
That is how you destroy a scammer's computer, folks.
All right, nice work, team. Nice work. Oh, yeah, it's gone now.
Let's go, boys!
Maze is coming in. He missed all of it.
Yeah, Maze. Where were you at? Where were you at?
He missed all of it. Look at
Thank you.
West Bengal's whatever information we collected from his system, including his location, and send it over to West Bengal's Cyber Police Division as well. Thank you so much for watching.
Malo, malo. Malo, malo. Malo, malo, malo. I know.
Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mudahar. I know there's gonna be that one guy in the comments. Blue polo analysis. Well, pretty true. You know what I got the Best Buy blue on? I'm about to crap all over Microsoft like they're the nicest street in existence. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Windows 10 is dying this year. I'm not shy about making videos on this. I've actually talked about this. And I basically said that, you know, Windows 10, all the updates and the security stuff you're getting, well, that's basically going to stop, okay? Microsoft wants you to jump all the way to Windows 11. Now, you might be like, but Muda, what if I can't upgrade my computer because it says it doesn't support it? Well, tough titty. Or you can use things like Rufus and basically, like, cut out the parts of Windows 11, like, requirements that are hampering you. But that's not to say that kind of stuff is going to last forever, okay? Let's just be completely real.
Oh, wait, I'm not.
And basically, like...
I'm... No. Really? Oh, this one. Woo! Wait. What the world? They have Microsoft? Nah, that's crazy. What? I'll go like I'll circle, but okay.
Cut out.
Oh my God. Okay, mommy. Mama. Oh.
The parts of Windows 11, like, requirements that are hampering you. But that's not to say that kind of stuff is going to last forever, okay? Let's just be completely real. Now, I think it's kind of nonsense. I really think, like, Windows 12 isn't even here. At least support this. And, you know what? Microsoft kind of had to admit that, they're losing. Microsoft has to admit.
So thank you so much. All dollars. Thank you. Thank you so much. Call you in chat.
That they're actually losing. And they straight up just said, yeah, we're gonna at least give you guys some actual updates for that 10. So for instance, they released this little follow-up just a couple days ago, and I wanted to like kind of cover it. So here's what happens when Windows 10 support dies. Microsoft no longer provides any security or feature updates or technical support for any of those Windows 10 computers. So while they're gonna continue to function, they're not gonna receive those regular security updates. So if you're a Windows 10 person and you're like, I just don't want to go to 11, okay? Which, again, I don't really understand why not. If you can upgrade, like, I upgraded to Windows 11 as soon as it was, like, officially. If you're a Windows 10 person and you're like, I just don't want to go to 11, okay? Which, again, I don't really understand why not. If you can't.
Oh, why not? Why not go? What do you mean, why not? Well, I'm not switching to Windows 11. I'm saying Windows 10, not 11. I'm not upgrading.
Upgrade, like.
If that's the fact, I'm not upgrading my Windows.
I upgraded to Windows 11 as soon as it was like officially available inside my VM. And on that computer back there. And generally speaking, like, it's an okay experience. Like, it's good for Windows, right?
Ew, I thought, no, it's me.
But if you want to protect yourself from all the nasty viruses that exist all over, you're gonna probably want to upgrade, okay? Now, of course, any company or organization that operates Windows, protect yourself from all the nasty viruses that exist all over, you're gonna probably want to upgrade, okay? Now, of course, any company or organization that operates Windows 10 may find it challenging to maintain regulatory compliance with unsupported software, which actually is a pretty important part towards the latter half of this video, but I want to kind of just like run through this. So applications running on Win 10 may not be supported. Those 365 apps, they'll continue to receive any of those security updates until October 10, 2028. Which, again, shows you that, obviously, for a lot of people that aren't upgrading and have been subscribers, Microsoft's a little worried, right? Like, if all of a sudden, those subscription services aren't able to use their product, which I suspect a lot of them are, they're going to start losing. So this is why they're, like, giving those people feature updates and security updates until, of course, 2028. And when that time comes, they're hoping that, hopefully, these people have switched over to 11, or maybe even Windows 12 by that point, dude. You never know. So, of course, Microsoft will continue to provide security intelligence updates for Windows Defender Antivirus on Windows 10 through October 2028. Now, you might be like, doesn't that conflict with point 1? And no, it doesn't, because in point 1 they say, like, regular security updates, yada, yada, yada. But generally speaking, anytime you install Windows, you have Windows Defender, and they're going to give you all of those updates till 2028, because I very much doubt that Microsoft wants to be in a situation where a whole bunch of YouTubers, news people, like, are all gonna laugh at them when they find out, holy shit, guys, you're on Windows 10, congratulations, you're not gonna get butt-fucked at end of life, okay? There's a reason why you can't connect things like Windows XP to the internet without any form of condoms on your routers or your system, because just by connecting Windows XP, or even older versions of Windows right now, I made a video on it, plenty of other YouTubers have made videos on it, Eric Parker made a good video on it, he kind of broke the news. Tons of like crazy botnets and hackers just look for Windows systems at EOL and infect the shit out of them and put them into botnets and use them for nefarious purposes, which is something that could happen to even Windows 10 or Windows 11, like 15 years later, when it's EOL, some person with a really old computer decides to connect it on the internet and realizes, oh shit, we're getting taken advantage of. Now, one of the reasons why, I guess, sort of companies kind of like got into how Microsoft lost a little bit was also some people are saying that Windows straight up said that they're powering over 1 billion monthly active devices. And you might be like, why does that statement really mean anything, Muda? Well, according to some people who basically cover Windows for a living, quietly apparently implied that a lot of people are actually abandoning Windows, okay? So they actually used to say that Windows was running on 1.4 billion devices. Now the thing is, for a lot of these companies, and I'll just straight up say it, that number is super important to them, okay? It's like the holy grail, all right? That is like the biggest flex to all of their competition. As long as any company can say, we support so-and-so device, we have so-and-so many users, it's the ultimate dick-swinging party to any of these companies. So I doubt that Microsoft just like conveniently rounded down. It's like talking about your dick size, okay? You don't round down. If anything, you round up if you can. So it's a quiet wonder of like, is Microsoft actually losing? But did they lose like 400 million people? I'm gonna probably wager no. I don't think 400 million people have just stopped using Windows out of nowhere. The thing about Windows is it's entrenched. And one of the reasons why this is important to me is that obviously Windows is not top dog anymore. I would say that the last good version of Windows, in my opinion, was probably Windows 7. Okay, anything after that, it has felt like a part in the wind. You know, Windows 8 fucking sucked. Windows 10 was like, alright, you're giving me Windows 8 without all the dog shit attached to it. And then Windows 11 is just kind of, you like AI? We like AI. We hope you like AI. Let's just shove as much AI shit as we can into this system.
Yep.
And I really feel like a lot of these big...
Why you watch what I talk about, man? I hate Windows, man. Scotland.
Tech companies, like AI is just a sort of like weird business that they're all just running after, okay? I'm not somebody that's a Luddite. I think AI can be cool. There's a lot of stuff that I was reading where like, you know, people were making these AIs, like these students, that were like diagnosing people with like, I think it was malaria, faster than like doctors could, inadvertently saving a lot of lives. In a lot of cases, I think in the medical field, AI is pretty cool. But then again, I'm sure that AI is also used to, you know, target civilians and military applications. I also really understand that AI is used to steal from the artist and then replace them without their consent, just because that's how a lot of AI models work, right? You know, a lot of these big companies like Anthropic, like Meta, like Microsoft, you know, a lot of them allegedly will just download pirated content, you know, stuff that me and you would get a fucking nasty letter in the mail for, maybe even civil like litigation. But these companies can basically use the pirated media as fair use training material for AIs, and then when they get pinned for the piracy, they're really just paying a fine they knew they had to pay anyways. Remember, piracy really isn't a crime, I guess, as long as you're rich enough, okay? Like, as long as you can pay the fucking civil penalty, what does it even matter? You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? But anyways, I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself.
I'm glad I don't know. I'm glad I know. But sorry. Oh. Oh. guys, I need to go. What? No, please. Oh. What? I'm so cool. Oh my goodness. Get in, Mama. I'm not saying what I'm gonna do. So, What?
Pretty much every
What?
The thing with Microsoft.
What? I'm on the board. Let's see how I can. Uh-oh. I mean,
Microsoft kind of admitting this failure right now is actually good, because it really shows that they're not the top dog. Okay, it used to be back when XP, Vista, 7, all the way up to 10, people used Windows because that's really all that could have been used. Microsoft was at an advantage. If you were a PC gamer, if you were anybody...
When you go play Minecraft, I don't know.
Windows was the only viable alternative. Linux existed since the beginning, since the inception, but it's never really been a mature option up until very recently, where the average user can convert to it and not feel the level of friction they once did, right? That's the important part about this, right? That's the important part about this technological, like, gap that we're having here. Now that gap is really tiny. Now if you want to use Windows or you want to use Linux, aside from a few professionals with certain specific applications, like people that are locked into Adobe, or, you know, God, you have to use Microsoft Office, even though I really feel like Microsoft Office is only pushed because big companies pay for subscriptions and they just force that onto the user.
I have never fucked with Office since high school, since my first job, ever since, I would say after 2010, 2011. We've just been Google Doc users here, okay? And that's just pretty much the family we're locked into.
My homie.
Yeah, it's one of those things where obviously the competition is here, the choice is here. You know, it is what it is. Now, one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this stuff with Microsoft is, why has Windows basically been the dominant operating system? You know, for a while, if you went to the store, you went to Best Buy, right? Like, your only other option was picking up a MacBook, which, you know, Apple's been around forever. And, you know, I was somebody that made a Porsche Mac. If you remember that video from like 3 years ago, I built a Mac that was better than, I would say, most of the Macs you could buy for a fraction of the price. And I used that through a virtual machine Hackintosh method. Now, ever since Apple switched their processors to M processors, their own stuff that was really good, everybody in the industry is trying to slowly copy them. In fact, they're so good that even me, a dedicated Apple hater, actually ended up buying one of these things because they're just really good. And, you know, realistically, if you didn't want to get an Apple, your only other option was picking up a fucking Chromebook. Now, the thing is, Chromebooks aren't even all that bad either. You know, if you wanted to go to Best Buy and shit, you can pick up a Chromebook for 280 bucks. You could even install, like, Linux. You could even install Proton and play some Steam games on it. Not saying the experience on this thing will particularly be good, but, you know, it's an option that's available. And, you know, to no disrespect to the Chromebook people, I'm pretty sure if you put a Chromebook in front of some average person and all they did was want to browse the internet, you know, watch some videos, they probably wouldn't give a fuck if it runs on Mac, if it runs on Windows, if it runs on Linux. As long as it runs their browser, it's all that matters, buddy. That's all they give a shit about. Now, looking into Microsoft's past, and this is where I kind of wanted to like make this video to like showcase that Microsoft has never been like a competitive group, right? Microsoft has really gained a lot of advantage during the days of MS-DOS, the original Windows, where they were the first ones with a very general usable operating system. But they weren't the ones with the best operating system. What Microsoft has always really done is abuse their position to basically remain dominant. Now, in capitalism, you might be like, doesn't the best product win, right? Like, doesn't the market decide anything? And you would hope for that, but that's not how it works. What Microsoft did before 1995 was they went to OEM. So they went to the stores, right? Like the people that would sell, you know, Windows systems. Now, you probably heard the concept of default. I've talked about it. There's been an entire lawsuit recently involving Apple and Google, where Google was paying, like, Apple billions of dollars to be the default search engine on their phone. Now, I showed you in a video a couple days ago with PewDiePie, you know, self-hosting, that you could run something called Seer X and G locally on your system. Apple and Google, where Google was paying like Apple billions of dollars to be the default search engine on their phone. Now, I showed you in a video a couple days ago with PewDiePie, you know, self-hosting, that you could run something called Seer X and G locally on your system and get a better Google experience without the ads and the tracking. Now, of course, what'll happen right here is Microsoft was basically the first progenitor of that. So before 1995, the OEMs, so your companies that would build your laptop, so HP, Acer, you know, Asus, a lot of these companies you went to buy your pre-builds. Microsoft would basically charge them a license fee for every computer that they would sell, regardless if those systems even had Windows installed on it or not. And what that meant was, if you were paying money to Microsoft anyways as a fee, why the fuck would you install Linux for free, or, you know, other competitors at the time would be like, what, OS/2? Why would you do it? You would have to pay Microsoft anyways. And it wasn't until the United States government and Microsoft went to a court case in 1994 that was considered anti-competitive. Because you were actually stifling the choice from the user. You didn't even give your competition a chance when you could use your money to butt-fuck your way to the top. Now, of course, after all this, OEMs even were pressured by Microsoft to just straight up install Windows, and sometimes exclusively in these systems too, right? And what would happen is, like, let's say you were an OEM and you were like, what if we want to give the choice, Microsoft? What if we want to install, like, Ubuntu or something? Microsoft would be like, no, you have one choice. You can either have us, the dominant platform, or we can just walk away, right? They wouldn't even allow you to dual boot systems, right? So they wouldn't even sell you a 2 operating system option. You know, they wouldn't even give the user the chance to even learn that competition existed, right? Imagine if you fired up your system and you saw Windows or Linux or a flavor of it.
Welcome, person, license.
You could have a choice between which one you wanted to use. You might actually give Linux a try back then, and you might be like, maybe I can make this work. It's better. It just works for me. But you never had the chance. Now, one of the really fucked things that I saw in this situation was, like, in my research, was that back in the day, I don't even know this, but during the Windows 8 era, some of the
Welcome, person, license. Oh, what's up?
OEM agreements had it where, like, because of Secure Boot, which was a part of the UEFI motherboard, literally Microsoft had mandated that to be enabled by default, which basically meant that in certain cases, if you were Linux or another operating system that wasn't Secure Boot capable, you weren't even running. It wasn't straightforward to even install your competition. So after 1994, Microsoft still decided to actually stifle the competition. And while it was, you know, outlawed, or, you know, it was regulated that they couldn't do that per processor licensing, what happened later was that they had minimum commitment contracts. So let's say that you were a OEM, and Microsoft would just be like, all right, you have to purchase a certain amount of Windows licenses. And it wasn't like, hey, we're making, you know, 400 computers, we're selling 400 computers, can we only have 4? No, you have to buy like 800 licenses or some insane amount, so that you were just basically pushing this license on as many systems that you were selling as possible. Again, if you were a competitor like Linux or any competitor, you never had a chance, especially at the store where most of the normies would go and buy their systems. Of course, even beyond all of it, you would end up having like this all or nothing model where Microsoft would basically say, for your entire lineup of computers, you have to sell Windows. Not just a specific set, all of your systems. Look, the point is, Microsoft never succeeded anywhere because they generally made the best product. They won because they were able to use their capital and their connections to basically force themselves into your computer. They were able to force the system to only provide you this option, right? Because that's just the reality. This was never a situation where the best product always won. Microsoft has always used its power and leverage in history to force itself onto the user base. Except now, things are a little bit different. I feel like there's a wave of people that are building their own.
What? Nah. I watch what I want. Bah, bah, bah.
Systems, and even if you go to big vendors like Lenovo who sell ThinkPads, which are probably after MacBooks, some of the most common laptops that I see out in the world, have options. Like when you remove Windows, you can then put towards better hardware, a better laptop, as opposed to $200 for a Windows. If you really wanted Windows, you could just download it from
I don't know where I'm
and
going.
just deal with a watermark, or just go on GitHub and find a script or something that could.
Why should you end? Do you not know this guy? Well, you're a musical slider. Do you not know this guy? Well, that's crazy. You don't know this guy. Well, you are winning under the rock.
I'm going to leave that for a different video. And that would just be how things work. I think what I've kind of learned about this too is, like, in the last year or two, right, like talking about Linux has kind of been like, you know, just me being like a prepper, just screaming into the heavens about this competition that exists. So, you know, ever since like SteamOS became a thing, the Steam Deck has been one of the best pieces of hardware you can buy in gaming, right? Like, to me, it's either, you know, you pick up this or you get like a Nintendo Switch, and there are other options, but generally speaking, even if you don't want the deck, you can buy any of these other handheld devices and install SteamOS and seemingly get a better experience. And just for Linux users, there's so many more advancements that have happened in just like the last few weeks alone that have made it a viable alternative for gamers. And I'm sure with the amount of effort that's happened into gaming, there's going to be enough effort put into getting other software and other things to run, eventually making that gap between Windows and Linux completely, like, you know, completely invisible at that point. And the thing with like Linux is, like, obviously it's an open source platform, and you know, you don't have to deal with like end of life nonsense. As long as you have capable hardware, and Linux supports a broad set of hardware, you should basically be fine. And the thing about it is, it's like, obviously something that is open source and something that is freeing should be endorsed by, I think, a majority of people. You know, Microsoft Windows is fine, and it used to be the only choice we had. But the world runs on open source. Even without Linux, Microsoft's own money-making services wouldn't be existing, okay? And that's the thing. The world being run by open source technologies is not a new concept. You're watching this video on YouTube, guaranteed this is running on a Linux instance on a server powered entirely by Linux. And the thing is, it used to be the only option for servers, and still is, but for the desktop user, for you and I, you know, we finally have an option to have something that decouples us from Microsoft's licensing, Microsoft's operating system, and they actually have had competition. They've had to publicly state, yeah, we're gonna have to readjust the way we do Windows. We're gonna have to, like, de-bloat Windows. I mean, for fuck's sake, when it comes to gaming, they finally admitted, because of SteamOS, because of the advancements in Linux, that they're not top. In fact, if anything, Microsoft is actually the worst option for certain games. And because of...
Really? Oh, Microsoft is good. I mean, no, like, Windows 10 is good. What do you mean, bro? What, Windows 11 good?
that, they had to actually deal with the competition and attempt, at this point, to create a better product. Now, will they do that?
Is it gone? It's almost gone.
I'm excited to see what they do. But, yeah, going forward, you finally have an option. And chasing, like, a whole bunch of different things.
Gone.
One of my biggest videos involves me people, harassing them, making them break up with their online girlfriend, telling people to kill their families. Very understandable hate that has come my way throughout the years, and we are going to explore that world of hatred. I kill Flamingo. At least he shows some type of remorse. He doesn't think it's a good thing. Or God.
Wow.
This is your official blood warning. There might be some blood in this video.
Mama, I like you. Me too. I do.
Alright, so we got our black.
Bullying. 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 As you are enjoyable Minecraft player, bullying.
My blood squirting everywhere and I'm splashing around. Oh, no, Felipe. Not even I would do something so horrible to Felipe. Alright, I have to listen to what Alright, we'll give that one a like. That one was pretty good feedback. Why did you upload this experience?
Well, what are you talking about? I do nothing wrong.
You can just read whatever you want on here. Watch Flamingo burn. Or scary music. Alright, there I am, being hung in a Logan Paul video. I'm on my throne of burning. This is all my bones, I think. And here's my little hands. My
tiny little baby hands.
Whoa! You could place the candles in some type of satanic ritual. Oh my god! See, if one of you is going to kill me in real life, be very creative about it like this.
Alright, well, that was very nice.
Let me balance out that like ratio. Created by I hate.
I'm not romantic. I'm a minor. I'm a minor. Oh. Well. What are you talking about, man? Bro, you're not a minor? You're gay! I'm sorry. My bad. Anyway.
Why you're including the full name in there?
I'm just joking. That's my bad.
You have been kicked by this experience. Oh, I'm not even allowed here. That's how much you hate me. Yeah, I'm allowed on my alt account. Okay, whatever. Who's saying Albert? Why does the game not Albert? I don't like hearing my name. Oh, limbs. Oh, okay. Let's go to the limb store. Alright, here's my arm, here's my other arm, and here's...
Oh, I am glad I'm gonna know who are you. What are you talking about? I didn't do nothing.
My little leg. Dude, even...
Can you burn on me? What? I'll burn.
Me. And that's me. Why does the game not Robux? Why does the game not Robux? Why does the game not Robux? Okay, I'm sick of hearing my name! A gay flamingo bully story. Flamingo is mine. No bully. Stop bully and be gay. This game says. Hello. Sleeps cutely.
Oh,
no. Latin fork school, but bully me for gay. I'm queer. Okay, I need to a bacon or I'm in the. I need a bet. What the are you trying to say? Ew, queer cleanest. Hey, okay, you have to like at least make some of this. Try to make some of this legible. Bully need to stop and have medcat. Haha. Uglu vet und gay bomb. In middle. Why queer papiat bully? Yes, I kiss you. Oh, that's nice. Me and Dennis, kissing. It ended with Dennis cheating on his fiance, which is a-okay with me. So this person's a homophobe.
Well, I don't even win in town going.
And they got their arms and legs cut off. That's pretty, it had a happy ending. I think, right? You know what's another method that you could all kill me in? Melon Sandbox, the sponsor of today's video.
Melon Sandbox is a free-to-download ragdoll physics game available on iOS and Android. There's a ton of stuff you can do in this. You can make an entire world and set off a nuke with all the people in it burning alive. There's a huge mod workshop where you can type in pretty much anything that you can think of, and there will be something there that you can either buy or sell. Yes, you can make your own mods in this game and sell them. For real life money! Like the Titanic mod. If I could change what happened to the Titanic, it would go a little something like this. Or this one where you can feed people to this giant, watch him go through his digestive system. Pretty much anything you can think of will be on the mod workshop. Melon Sandbox
I'm well, hello.
playground where you can do anything, and I like to pretend that I'm beheading the guy that cut me off in traffic today. I really like this game. So make sure to download the link in the description. Traffic today. I really like this game. So make sure to download using the link in the description below.
Oh, I can tell. Oh.
In this game.
Wait, I have.
Thank you, Melon
Pencil
for
claim her.
sponsoring today's video. Abuse Albert Flamingo.
I
This was
can
updated
tell.
one day after my birthday, so let's see what they added as a 28th birthday special. So this is a gun with my face on it. Can I equip? Oh, okay, I have the big gun. Oh my god! What is? Oh my god! What? Subscribe to Flamingo. I don't want none of these fake hate games. You need to really hate me with all your heart and want me to die. Ultimate Flamingo RP, and you've collected just pictures of me as a child. Let's alright, I'll give it a shot. Alright, here's me gunning down some naked woman, I suppose. I'll morph into this one. I feel very different now. Alright, well, there's nothing to really do.
Wait, I'm missing my apple. Oh my god. Oh no. No. What?
Let's go down the rusty tetanus slide. Very good game. Alright, thank God. Kill Flamingo now has mobile support. Oh, whoa. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, that one's me. Oh, that's me when I'm so evil. So this is the game, I guess. Well, for everyone who's been waiting on that mobile support, you got it. I hate Flamingos so much. Buy Fartbucks 9000. Flamco! No! Is that a golden statue of me? No, that's absolutely not me. I hate my fans. Or a statue of me? No, that's absolutely not me. I hate. Is that a golden statue of me? No, that's absolutely not me. I hate my fans. All right, then here's me hanging, being hung 4 times. You know the episode of SpongeBob where he's just jumping into everyone's dreams? This is how I feel right now, except in everyone's dreams, I'm being killed at Flamingo's house. I'm not excited to see what you made. This actually is an exact scale model of my house, so if you ever want to kill me, just go up these steps, go into, no wait. That's the closet. I won't be in there. Go into this room and just shoot me in the head. Kill Flamingo. I hate Flamingo, Albert, Flamister, Flabem. I also hate Dennis. See? This part is very justified. Dude, my camera's stuck. Oh. Dude, this game sucks so bad. Finally. Help save Albert from JNG Obby. See, only 55 visits. We are early in on this. And for 25 Robux, we can buy a skip, which is... would have saved us from doing those 6
Stop blaming, man.
This is for the better.
Oh my goodness.
Missing Flamingo. My name is Max. I'm 6'1" and I'm 16. Blue eyes, blonde hair. You know me too well. If you're reading this, it's me, Albert. He won't let me leave. Oh my god, I have to save you. What's he doing to me in there? I can go little. I can go little and kick my feet in the air. I'm so excited that I'm around J&G. All right, let's do the. Dude, this sucks. Dude, look how they put me in whiteface, which I didn't even think was. Hey, it's me, the rebound, for free me. Let's leave together. Oh, all right. Let's hit these wall jumps real quick. There's a fork in the road. I'm going left. One of these books will open the door. Jesus, man, there's like 1,000 books. Oh, I wonder if it's the one with a key on it. Oh, it was. Thanks for playing my hobby. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, there's a real cutscene. Please open up. I need Albert back. Low key. Really? That's it? Get eaten and poop out by Flamingo Obby. You explore a strange and exciting world inside Flamingo. Start by entering his map. Then make your way through his body from the stomach to the liver and beyond. Where's the beyond? I'm Flamingo, Albert. I love this game. That's not me. This is scary. Finally, we get to explore inside Flamingo. This is what I'm. Ew. Oh, look, it's Albert stuff. Whoever that is. All right, here's one of my.
I'll go with manual class. What are you talking about?
Dude, I'm too fat for this. Here, oh, it's one of my little bones, and here's little me's. There's a bunch of little me's. I don't know who this is. Who is this guy? Who's this guy inside my body? Oh, this is Julius Cole. This was his Roblox character, so I guess you could say Julius Cole is inside me. Hello, Julius. If you're in there, hello. All right, we're going down to stinky, one of those stinky areas. Oh, well, I'm going in. Oh, okay, one of my body parts touched it as I died. And down we go. All right, I think we know what part of my body we're inside now. Well, let's just get out of here as soon as possible. And I will not be looking back.
Oh, I don't know what are you talking about. I do not remember.
I don't want to see what kind of detail you added to the outside part of this. Oh my god! You actually added it! Alright, glad that we only saw it for a split second. Finally, we're out of there. We're out of my body. Alright, let's go through this other hole. I'm scared of any holes within this. Okay, go. Why even add that? Alright, let's try this one. Oh my. I just really want to meet Flamingo. Please, please. Fuck you, man. Hey, we get to meet me. I get to look into a mirror. I'm starting to see some things sus.
No.
No. I could never. Why am I all up inside myself like that? Or the slide. I've already got down the poop slide in this game. I don't know. Or the no. Into a. I'm starting to all up inside. Sus. No. I could never. Why am I all up inside my. Or the slide. I've already got down the poop slide in this game. I don't know if I want to see where this one leads to.
So that's my Discord.
Oh, it leads to hell. Albert Tower, but he's about to have a kid. You know, I consider this a hate game. Pregnant Albert is an act of hate. A hate crime, even. If Albert was pregnant. Oh, it's Gauze the Clown.
Good afternoon.
Here, let's have Gauze say it.
Reach the end for a gender reveal.
Here, let's Albert was pregnant. Oh, it's Gauze the Clown.
Good afternoon.
Here, let's have Gauze say it.
Reach the end for a gender reveal.
Alright, I need to complete this obby and
gender reveal.
Alright, I need to complete this obby and get rid of this thing. I have to stop this now. I cannot have this baby. Albert? Abort? Oh, no. Ah!
He wouldn't make me do that, would he? Please, Woody.
There's my favorite screenshot of me ever. Me being awkward in a Mr. Beast video. You know, all those times I said that Mr. Beast abused me, it's because he released this footage. That's abuse in my brain. Dude, there's no checkpoints? Sorry for freaking out, guys.
Let's just,
Sorry for freaking out, guys.
let's just,
Oh, wow, isn't it nice? Alright, let's just get past that part so I don't freak out.
I think it's a boy, Dennis said.
Alright, let's just, guys.
let's just,
Oh, wow, isn't it nice? Alright, out, guys.
let's just,
Oh, wow, isn't it nice? Alright, let's just get past that part so I don't freak out.
I think it's a boy, Dennis says.
I think it's a girl, Pepper says. Oh, prop a burger. I like that, all the kill blocks are just janged. Prop a burger. I like that, all the kill blocks says. Freak out.
I think it's a boy.
I like that, all the kill blocks are just Jang G telling me to terminate the pregnancy. No! You'll never guess which is the real fight. Why, Jake, why don't you want me to have this baby so badly? I feel like it's my choice. Let me just, before I go to hell with Sutart, let me get back up here. Let me choose the right one. Okay, fine. I guess you beat me. I will go and see Albert. Aw, it's alright, man. Let me just, it's alright. The dads. Oh. Oh, I have multiple dads. That's why Jake, he doesn't want to be known as Gang G, so he's trying to get rid of it. All right, let's just, let's flying through this. Oh, yippee. He's trying to escape child support payments. Oh, it's Louise Gamer Cool.
It was a boy.
Wow, that was payments. Oh, it's Louise Gamer Cool.
It was a boy.
Wow, that was there's Gauze, or I mean, Caden. Well, I really appreciate all these games, guys. Keep at. Really appreciate all these games, guys.
What are you doing, Step stream until we hit 1 million subscribers. So, bro, look, this is what we could have showed chat for 1 million. Okay, look. Everybody unsubscribe right now. I'm gonna get us. Is that? Yo, let's pull up to the car house. Wait, so do you actually do? Am I? No, I don't know. I just see your face. Just look very.
Bookmark in your history.
Farming chat. Nigga, she's. Bro, what the? She said. She's finna make you a part of her statistic, nigga. I'm not a statistic, bro. She did say the N-word. Oh, she's leaving. Why's she leaving? She just flipped everyone off. What
the world? Anyway.
This is clearly a bad guy. Edward, he's 52, and he's coming to me at that's all bad. But what if I told you that that wasn't the extent of what we're dealing with today? So today we actually have a bit of a double feature, because Edward is not talking to one decoy, but he's also talking to two. He's talking to both my decoys right now, but he doesn't know that they know each other. I mean, right now, it's like Edward is just trying to build.
Come on.
He's trying to build up a roster to talk to. I mean, you know, when's he going to stop? He didn't stop at one. He's probably not stopping at two. He's probably just trying to talk to as many as he can. It's just terrible. But you know, we have that chat log printed out too, and it's more of the same stuff, but except with this one, it seems that Edward fell in love with this decoy. He says, "I love you," multiple times, wants her to say it back. She doesn't say it back, and then he sends this terrible looking picture of him laying down. Look at this bear. I mean, he can't even open his eyes, and his mustache here is stained brown from all those Pall Mall 100s that he's smoking. And you can see right here, it says, "I love you. Do you love me?" Look at that. I mean, you know, Edward. She's come on. And he says it again. "Do you love me?" And she just
Yeah.
He just ignores him because it's obviously a weird ass question. So yeah, we're getting ready to, you know, see this guy most likely waddle on into this Barnes & Noble bookstore, and then we're going to go in the back in the kids section and confront him about these actions, so stay tuned. Oh, look what we got. He's in a red van. She took a picture of it. Right there. He's in the parking lot somewhere right around here. Looks like he's probably on... Oh, I see it right there, actually. You can see it. I'm on this side right here. Yeah, on my side, you can't see it from here, but he is here. He is pulled up. He just turned his car off. Okay, waiting to see him walk in right now. He's in the town and country. Actually, if you hand me the camera, I can get a shot of it right here. I see the door opening. Oh my god. Yep. There he is. There he is. See him? There he is. We got it. There he is. Okay, I'm gonna tell her I see him walking up now. Oh, good lord, there he is.
With the gray.
That is him. Yep, in the long hair, that's him. Chester just said he's in here, but they're not in the kids section yet, so we'll give it just another minute. He's leaving. What the fuck? He's leaving. Yeah. He's right here. Hey, Edward. Were you browsing the juvenile nonfiction section?
Do you like watching videos like the one you're watching now? There's more videos just like this, uncut, uncensored, and ad-free on skeeterjean.locals.com. Get on your computer or mobile device right now and head on over to skeeterjean.locals.com. For only $7 a month, you can gain access to early and extended videos, full Predator chat logs, phone calls, membership acknowledgement, and more. Also,
I don't plan on it.
Okay, but didn't you just talk to her in there for a little bit?
I just asked where she was at.
Yes, where she was at.
Because, like I said, when she approached me on Meet Me.
On Meet Me, yeah.
She said she was 19.
She said that.
That's what it says on her profile.
Well, it says on her profile, but what did she tell you?
She didn't tell me an age.
She didn't tell you an age? Well, But
I don't believe. I don't believe she.
But
could.
Edward, if you look right
I
here,
don't know.
it
She might have.
says. Well, yeah, it says right there. It says I'm.
Oh, okay. Well.
Do you remember that? And do you remember saying things about are there cops involved, that sort of thing?
Yep.
Right. I mean,
So
to me it
obviously there
seems.
is.
No, there's not. But to me it seems like you're probably just a nice guy, an honest guy that maybe just made a mistake.
I wasn't
So,
going to meet her though.
You weren't.
Once I would have seen her,
well-
I would have just walked away.
Well,
'cause-
I
no,
hear
don't-
you, but
I'm not into that.
you're not into what?
There's a reason that most of these individuals absolutely crumble when the damning evidence of a chat log is presented before them. Just like there's a reason that Morgan & Morgan is America's biggest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys nationwide. And their results speak for themselves with over $25 billion recovered for over 500,000 clients. Morgan & Morgan has been fighting for the people for over 35 years, and if you become their client, they'll fight just as hard for you to get you the payout that you deserve. Morgan & Morgan.
Well, he's recording both of us for our safety.
Oh.
That way, I'm a big guy, you're a big guy. I don't want you to say, go to the police and say I did something to you.
Well,
And then
now you're probably going to go to the police.
I'm not going to the police. I just want to talk to you about it. It's just really just for everyone's safety here. I mean, you even say your parents don't get mad at you for dating someone older than you. I want to meet, but I just don't want to get in trouble with cops or parents. You're not working with cops, are you? I mean, why'd you want to know all that if you didn't think she was actually the age that she
Because like I
said?
said, when I would have seen her, I would have walked away.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Everything going okay here?
Yeah, we're good. How's it going? Yeah. Were you just like loss prevention or?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, well, I mean, just be honest with me, Edward. Did you see her in
No,
there?
I didn't.
You didn't even see her?
No.
Really?
No.
Didn't talk to her or anything?
I messaged her on the phone.
You messaged her on the phone.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
see
se-
her in person.
Excuse me, sir. You're loss prevention, right? I don't know if you saw. I'm not gonna tell him what's going on, but I don't know if you saw this gentleman in the store just a little bit ago. He's browsing cookbooks. Was he with anyone in there? Or? Oh, okay. Okay, got it. So,
No.
I think he's just here to. You're just here to meet a friend or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just here to meet.
I don't know.
Like blonde, right?
She could have blonde hair.
She could have blonde hair.
No. She was just going to text me and let me know where she was at. So.
And she let you know that she was in there, right? So don't you think you should go in there and talk to her?
No.
Do you have a name of your friend? Like who you're supposed to meet here?
No.
So you don't have a name of your friend, or you don't have a picture of your friend?
No.
Like, we can go back in and try and find your friend.
Yeah, we can if you're looking for your friend.
I'm not even worried about it.
If you know what I mean.
No.
I'm not.
Well, Edward, I mean, why'd you? So you're in.
Okay.
Well, you just make sure everything's okay.
Yeah. He's good. We're good.
Okay. Okay.
Big name, appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
For now, so you guys are done.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. And do you guys have I know you have Starbucks. Do you have pizza as well? I'm kind of hungry. Oh. Yeah, whatever's around. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So then you even say you're living in a motel room. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you asked her if she wants to come to your room.
Yeah, but like I said, if I would have seen her, she was.
Okay.
Like I said, I wouldn't have even talked to her.
Gotcha. So how would you see if she though? Like how
Because
would
you can tell by a look of a person.
You can just tell by the look. What about the pictures she sent you, though,
The
Edward?
pictures, she has, she's.
Like filters.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Okay. Okay. No, I hear you. I see how you could have made the mistake, but my thing is.
It won't happen again, sir. So.
Well, I just gotta level with you for a minute, just so I can know that. That's why I want to sit inside with you.
I promise you.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's why I just wanted to sit inside with you. It's kind of cold out here, and just talk about it.
I gotta do, so.
Well, apparently you don't, Edward, because you've made some time to come meet her today.
Like I said, if I would have seen that, I would have been done.
But Edward, you did see it. You saw it in the. She said it 2 messages in.
Right. Like I said, if I would have seen what she looked like, and I would have seen she was a kid.
Okay, but her just telling you she was a kid wasn't enough for you.
You never know. People lies. and
People lie.
everything.
Well, I understand lying about being older if you're younger because adults have more access to things, but being an adult and lying about being
See,
underage.
I knew something was fishy.
Why? Well, Edward, I just. Well, no, it is fishy what you're here to do. And I mean,
But like I said, if I would have seen her, I wouldn't have
and you
talked to her.
well, but you talk about like oral sex and everything. It's all just, it just looks like you're here to do what you're here to do.
No, we're done.
You know what I
sir.
mean? Well, Edward, we have to get through some more of this, you know.
There ain't nothing more to solve.
Oh, there is more. There is more. And Edward, let me
Oh,
ask you this.
sir.
Have you done this before? Have you talked to anyone?
No.
Are you talking to anyone? You can't. Well, Edward, look. We didn't even tell the loss prevention guy what was going on. So that's why I thought we could level. Now, Edward.
You're sitting there basically telling me, did he meet a girl?
No,
Did he do this?
I didn't tell her the age. I didn't tell him the age, did I? I wanted to keep that a secret, but I don't want him to
If
know.
I don't know what she looks like. How am
I hear you.
When he says something,
But-
how am I supposed to not say something?
Edward, I'm gonna be real. We know about the other girl as well. Okay. We know
I'm not gonna go meet.
the one that you're talking to and already have committed the crime online. And Edward, I mean, I just want to level with you. That way we don't have to get authorities involved.
You're going to get authorities involved.
I'm not. I just want to talk to you and just make sure. I have to know. You have to convince me that you're not gonna go and do a thing like this again.
I'm not. I'm deleting the site.
Well, Edward, how can I believe that if we don't talk it through? You know what I mean? Because, you know, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Are you leaving the team right now?
No.
Did he take something or?
No, just want to get things documented. That's some suspicious activities. Like,
Oh. I think it's
See,
because
there
you.
you go.
I think it may be because you walked in and didn't buy anything.
There you go. Now you
Well,
got
Edward,
it.
Edward, if you go, they're gonna show up to your wherever you're at. We have your license plate and all your information and everything.
Now you're getting me in trouble.
Well, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
We're not.
You did that yourself.
Well, Edward, look.
No, you guys.
Edward, we.
Get me up.
Well, Edward, look. We don't want to get you in trouble.
Well, shoot.
And we.
Call the cops.
I think it's about something else. I think
No,
it's
it
because you were maybe you were in there real quick and you left, or well, Edward, you're fleeing a crime scene. If you leave right now is the thing. You don't. I don't think you want that in your hands. You.
Come on, sir. You're gonna wait till the cops get here, right?
Well, I don't want to. I want to talk to you and level
Well,
with you
that's what
first.
You're doing. You're letting him.
But
how long you got?
Edward, at the same time, if you do leave, the police are going to be on you. They're going to show up to wherever you're at. We have your license plate. We have all of your
See, there you
information.
go.
Well, that's why I'm saying you shouldn't leave a crime scene. You know what I mean?
But you're calling the cops, right?
I don't want to. If we
are.
could just level,
You are.
if I could just level with you, Edward. But can we talk it through? The thing is,
What are you talking?
you don't want to leave a crime
We've
scene
been talking,
at this
sir.
point. So can we just talk some more?
What? Till the cops get here?
No, we don't even have to go that far. I mean, you ask her if she wants to do a French kiss or regular kiss. I mean, why'd you want to do that with her? You know?
Like I said, if I would have seen her, I would have walked away. So
Okay.
I promise you that.
Okay. And then you do say you delete my messages after I send them to you, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you learn to delete the messages?
So nobody can see them.
Why not?
Because why does anybody get to see them?
You tell me.
I don't know, sir.
Is it maybe because it's illegal?
Like I said, if I would have truly seen that she was that young, I would have never even
Okay.
talked to her. Like I told
And
you.
I do see your hat says most people's opinions suck except for mine. Would your opinion be that should be the age of consent?
No, sir.
What-
This has nothing to do with it.
Has nothing to do with it.
No.
What's your opinion on the age of consent?
Over 18.
So why are you hurting me?
Like I said,
After
if I
she
would've-
told you she was Edward.
If I would have knew, I wouldn't have
Okay.
even talked to her, sir.
But you didn't say, hey, are you lying about your age? Are you serious? All you said was, don't tell your parents, don't get the cops involved, delete the messages.
Okay,
It just
well, now you get the cops involved.
it just seems like you're here to do what you're gonna do, you know.
Like I said, if I would have seen her, I wouldn't even said anything.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't even say anything. I would have just walked away.
Just walked away and just okay. So you would have had to confirm it in person that she's actually.
Yeah.
So her sending pictures and saying it wasn't enough.
Well, 'cause like I said, filters, you know.
Okay, yeah, there's filters. But what about the other you were talking to? This young lady here. Do you recall talking to her online?
Yep, I talked to
Okay.
her, and when she told me she was, I just basically,
Yeah.
stopped talking to her. Then she hit me up again, and
Okay. Well, I hear that.
then she's like trying to make plans for this week, and you know, no,
Okay.
I'm not doing.
Okay, but
No,
but you
that's
were
not me.
but you were still talking to her. Back and forth.
I talked to her, yeah, but I was not gonna go meet her.
You were
I'm
just
not gonna
talking.
go meet her.
You were just being nice, talking.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because I know you do say.
She said she wanted friends.
Yeah, I know you said I better block you so I don't get in trouble. And then you don't want to meet her in case someone finds out. But then the very next page, you're asking her for pictures of herself. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Cops over there, right?
Yeah, they're coming over here. And then you say I love.
I knew you were doing this to me, bro.
What'd you think I was doing to you?
Calling the cops.
Well, don't you think you did this to yourself by coming here to meet what
But
you
I
thought
didn't
was
meet
it?
her.
But you're here at the location.
But I didn't meet her though.
And Edward, can I ask you why you said I love you?
That wasn't even supposed to come out to her.
You meant to send that to someone else.
I was saying to my mom.
Your mom.
My mom was in the car when I was messaging her the last few times.
So did Siri. But
Yeah. With Gideon and all that.
Awesome.
I'm
Alright, thanks guys.
I'm
Oh, they're having to get out the car now? Oh.
It's time for a new chapter.
You're so heavy for no reason.
Previously on this channel, I purchased.
Okay. Yeah, more. What? Ooh. Oh. Thank you.
I don't know what the fuck that's spazzing about. We have the
Wow. I'm well. Guns.
Here's the plan. We have our target, Angela, coming to what she thinks is a regular boba shop testing out some new AI robot waiters. But what she doesn't know is these robot waiters are about to turn on her and go horribly wrong. Let's see how she reacts.
Hey, welcome to Roba Boba. It's adorable. So, this is a new technologically advanced boba restaurant? And these are humanoid bots.
But the reality...
I don't ask questions. If I do, I get fired. We still have a couple kinks we need to work out. Good news, though. Our delicious boba is on the house. Right over here. I'll be right up.
Now, if the cashier looks familiar, that's because he's actually a YouTuber. Danny Mullen. There he is. Yeah, baby.
Why is this kitchen so filthy?
This is not my kitchen. Okay. I could actually destroy you with a touch of the finger, but I won't.
I can destroy this restaurant with one call to the health department.
But he's not the only one who's in on this. Everyone else in the shop is too, including Angela's best friend, Shay, who brought her here.
Let's hope our opening goes smoothly.
Get out there, player.
Have you seen any humanoid robots before? So far, it's been flawless.
Nice. I like the flawless victory. That's important.
Me too, girl. You and me both.
For phase 1, I'm going to bring Boba out to a few of our actors and see if she believes I'm an actual robot.
Roba Boba.
Enjoy your drink. I think she 100% buys it. She looks like she's having a great time out there, and I am going to do my best to change that.
Hey, thing, go. Milk tea boba, go. 2 milk teas. Caspian.
Okay, for phase 2, I'm going to introduce a little glitch in the system.
Roba Boba coming through.
I don't feel so good.
No. Yes, you okay? I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, everybody.
My bad. I just broke glasses everywhere, but if you thought that was AI going wrong. But that was nothing compared to what we were about to do for phase 3. How hard do you want to go?
I sense that you want to go really hard, and I'll be damned if I let you down.
They're gonna meet God today, alright? Something horrible is about to happen in that room. Here's your boba.
Listen to me! Darn it! You worthless stack of semiconductors! They say you will replace us, you'll never replace us! Give me this. I will sell you for scrap and let you rust in a heap of garbage! I'm scared for you. Where's the off one?
Oh.
She may have been laughing
What?
now, but not for long. Terminate. Searching for target. Target acquired. Target confirmed. Exterminate. It's a prank. It's a prank. Yeah! Boba went a little out of control, but if you thought that went wrong, you just wait for the rest of the pranks I have planned in this video.
Alright, on to our next prank, the drive-thru robot. This one is actually based on one of my favorite YouTube videos from over a decade ago, made by Magic of Her Hat. Please respond to my DM, I love you. This dude goes through drive-thrus with an animatronic robot and freaks the workers out. Hello! And today I'm gonna take that same concept, but turn it up like a billion, trillion, bazillion, gajillion notches. This should be fun.
So after finding the perfect robot suit for the job and suffering 10 hours of extreme special effects and makeup, I transformed into the most terrifying fast food customer of all time. My backstory is simple. I'm an escaped Tesla bot who stole a company car to try food and water for the very first time. I'll be hitting a bunch of different drive-thrus with my human friend, Tyler, who's helping me pull off a 3-phase master plan. Without further ado, it was time to kick off phase 1 and give them a show they'd never forget.
Hello, can I get a 6-piece chicken nugget, please? 10-piece nuggets, 2 tacos. Can I get the big Carl? Where's Carl calling me?
Yo, you in position?
Yes. Why are you calling me or using my minutes?
Oh, what? I'm lost.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back
About
to
2
another
weeks
4 Chance
ago,
to
our
Lose
Norwegian
video, and
tourist
today
named
we're
Mads
getting
Mikkelsen, who is not to be confused with a Danish accent. This and hundreds like it are all over the internet, as some of our viewers expected censorship of the Vance meme.